Hello ladies and gentlemen, Panzer here, and before we begin today's episode, I am actually just going to show you the vehicle from the last build, which was the workhorse with no name, and today, gonna have a look at some of the names that some of you guys have come up with, and we're going to name this vehicle before we get on with the show. So without further ado, here are the names. So, the first name we have here is from Ghost Rider LSOV, and he says, the plows are like teeth that packs a punch, hatchets on the sides can be similar to scythes, and it's all dark and nasty in a good way. If I had it, I'd probably call it the Grim Reaper's Grin, and I can kind of see where you're getting that. I mean, yeah, it does look like sort of teeth on the front there. However, it's not dark anymore. I decided to go with the shade of yellow, so it looks a bit Magic School Bussy. But nevertheless, that's a pretty good name, I think. And Wildman Wilson says the Devastator. Again, not a bad name either. Henry Durham says the Reaper. He also says the Ex-Wife. Not quite ugly enough for that, I think. Humanity's Brightest says Stronk Truck. I actually quite like that one. And yeah, I think, honestly, Strong Truck seems to suit it. I mean, it does have the sort of truck look about it. But I'm going to go with Strong Truck, but how about the Magic Strong Truck, because it kind of looks like the Magic School Bus at the moment. But thank you everybody for your suggestions and submissions. This one, as soon as I can, I will be putting this up on the exhibition for you guys to have a look at. And remember, it is a 3,000 point vehicle, so if you don't have or you've never played in the 3K tiers, you might want to practice a little bit with this as soon as you get it. But thank you all for the suggestions. Now, on with the show. Alright, so today's build is going to be a slightly different one. It's based on a design I saw recently, and I think it was quite interesting. So, today's one we're going to make use of the WWT1 cabin, and the reason is because this is one that I've not really shown much use of, and it's available actually through the Get the Wheels PvP match, so you can actually get it from there. And today I'm going to be just doing a simple frame, like so, just a simple frame, and going to be putting the cabin on top of that. So, nothing special just yet, really. It's just a very simple sort of shape, but where this is going to get interesting is its main purpose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a couple of medium wheels on here. We're not going to use the steering ones for this. Just putting that on there. I think I might extend the frame out just a little bit more and add the steering wheels onto that instead. So a very simple design so far. Not many parts. And very low power score. But where are we going to take this to? Well, sit back, relax, and just stay tuned. So to start off with, I'm putting this van roof on top of here, just to give it a little bit more space. And then I'm going to be putting this long pipe shield on the front. So nothing special yet, huh? Couple of grills. That's looking pretty good so far. Just a little bit more there. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like the look of that. And then let's start putting a little bit more protection on the front. So, looking pretty good so far. And I might be confused about what I'm doing, so just hold on. It'll become clear pretty soon. Alright, so that's a basic frame of it done, and now let's put some weapons on. Alright, so I've got a couple of medium machine guns here, and I'm going to be throwing these on. I think you can kind of see where this is going now. Just put this in the middle of that. Don't know if it's going to let me do that. Alright. So, fairly tall vehicle there. I might think this is very, very weird. This is not particularly strong in any way, and in fact I could probably omit a few parts just to kind of keep its matchmaking tier down a bit. Let's get rid of that. And just put a fence piece on the back there for just a little bit of armor protection. And we can even get rid of the spikes, get rid of all of that. And that's a 1,800 point vehicle, actually. In fact, we could even get rid of these. Kind of keep that to a minimum there. So I'm just trying to keep the power score down. I don't want this to be overly, overly strong, really. Because this is not the sort of vehicle that's intended to take hits. So, yeah, just a little bit of protection on the cabin there. Nothing special. And let's go into test drive and I'll talk you through it. Hopefully this is well balanced. Ooh, just about. Does need a little bit more weight on the rear, I think. And it just makes it out of the garage there. So, what this vehicle is for... And I'm going to sort the wheelbase out in a second. So, you might have noticed some of the maps are very hilly. And I did encounter a vehicle that could very easily shoot over slopes and stay well hidden. Now, you might be thinking, oh, that's not a very strong structure. If you're going to expose that, then you might wind up being... Oh, we're doing a wheelie there. You might wind up having the guns shot off entirely. But that's the thing, it's a very difficult thing to shoot. It's a very, very small target. It's very, very hard to actually hit it. And believe me, I tried. So, this vehicle is just intended to shoot over hills very easily, and then it sort of tips over. So yes, it does need a little bit of work to make it more or less balanced. I think we do need to sort that out, but once it's done, we'll jump into a PvP patch and see just how well it actually does. Alright, so I think you can probably tell by now that this is not a very serious build. This is not an optimal build in any way. But it does highlight a certain point about the game, is that the amount of creativity you have. I mean, the heights that you can reach with some of these vehicles is just absolutely insane. So you can definitely make yourself a very interesting vehicle to fulfill a particular niche. Now, of course, this could be built into something actually particularly useful, but right now it's just really just a means of getting around some of the more difficult terrain, let's say, and trying to get shots in where you otherwise would not be able to. Now, of course, there are other ways of doing this, but certainly there are much less fun ways of doing it too. But I think we can go bigger and better than this. I think we can get a little bit sillier. Alright, so, I decided to go a little bit more... Well, a little bit more, I guess. That's a phrase we can use. So that there is an 88mm cannon. It's got 10 rounds on it. And, I don't know if this is going to tip it over. I mean, on one hand... Just peek over. See, this is a situation where this is sort of useful. Sort of. Could actually make it taller, even. Try to get some shots over that side. That is just a light machine gun. I had to ditch the medium machine gun for this. So it isn't as effective. But it certainly demonstrates the usefulness of the height, anyway. But let's go in there and see what this cannon can do as well. Because this, I believe, is still a sub 2,000, or at least a 2,000 point battle, so we might actually be able to get some shots in where it really counts. And kaboom! Oh. That's a problem. That is definitely a problem. He has managed to miss us entirely a few times, but he did get to us in the end. But it's interesting to see some of the larger guns come into these smaller, I guess, matches as well. Simply by making as small a vehicle as possible. It is entirely possible to create something that could be an absolute monster. Alright, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed that. Just a quick video, and honestly, this is not a very serious build. Jokey builds are definitely something that I will be trying to do more of, simply because it's fun. And I think that's something we all really kind of need every once in a while, just a little bit more fun in it. And this mechanical giraffe is certainly the first of many. In fact, not really the first. I guess this is probably the third Jokey build that I've kind of done. But let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments. If you've had experience building some of these crazy contraptions before, how did you get on with it? Let me know. And let me know what if you tried to build recently as well. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. And leave any questions you have down in the comments below. And subscribe if you are new to the channel. My name is Panzer. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next time.